the young man in Worthington, I always think about his family and his friends and the extended family and what's going to happen to them. But I'll fill you in on that a bit later on. Most of you know who most of the FACKers are because we make ourselves known whenever possible. There's a small group of about 7 or 8 of us. There's Dawn and Paul Adams, whose son Samuel died in the Trafford Centre when he was 6 years old. An 18-stone railway fell on him. He died in his mother's arms. That was in 1998. There's myself, who I lost my husband Andrew, who was 29 years old. He died the day after my son's 8th birthday. Mike and Lynn Houghton, who lost their son Andrew in an explosion at Chorus in Wales. Mick and Bette Murphy, who lost their son in an explosion in Brighton. Louise Taggart, who lost her brother Michael in an electric shock incident in Scotland. Linda Whelan, who lost her son, and Dorothy and Douglas Wright, who lost their son Mark in an explosion. Most of us used to meet up on a regular basis, and we all used to moan and whinge that nobody does anything and nobody's helping us, and doctors won't help us, and counsellors, what counsellors, they won't give us counselling. We're not treated as victims of crime because a crime hasn't happened from when we lost our loved ones. We can't get counselling for our children. The doctors think we're barking when we're telling them that we're depressed. You know, we can't sleep, we can't eat, we want to drink ourselves into oblivion, we want to be numb, the children don't want to go to school because they're frightened in case something happens to them while they're at school, and then we've lost both parents. You know, this all escalates and carries on. So we decided to set up the group, which was launched at the Hazards Conference in Manchester in 2006. We hit the ground running, really, and within a couple of months we went straight down to London to lobby Parliament about corporate manslaughter acts. As you know, that's coming. It's not very good, there's no director's duties or anything, there's still lots of work to be done on that. That's easy to decide, you know, we've got to keep it with this government that we've got at the moment. We sort of set it up because we bear real burdens of bad health and safety of the families. As I said, with ill health, this sudden loss and the shock of it can bring about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, these other losses like the loss of your health, you tend to get ill. People have mental health issues after, I certainly did and still do, after I lost my partner. Then there's the loss of income, the loss of your future. My children lost their future with their dad. You know, parents have lost their futures with their children. And also the poor treatment and the lack of justice, because there is a total lack of justice when these incidents occur. I personally thought that somebody had gone to prison when my husband died. I'm laughing because we all know that I'm brought up to be a law-abiding citizen, and I've also got brought up to believe that, you know, the HSE was stronger than the police, and if they said go, then something was going to happen, then that was it. So I naturally thought that somebody would go to prison when my husband died. Unfortunately, no. We also set up FACK because some companies are consistently getting away with murder. The mass killers do it constantly. Chorus, as I mentioned, they have a fabulous record of killing people, unfortunately. BP, you know, the list goes on. So we wanted to let people know, you know, that they're the winners in all this and we're the losers, and it should have been way round, really. The families, parents, you know, they're never going to see the kids grow old. You're supposed to go before your children, not the other way around. So, you know, there's a massive effect on parents, and parents don't ever get over their grief. Then with families, you know, I lost my husband, his partners, people lose their wives in work. There's also the children. The children grow up not knowing family members who they've lost. They have a great sense that they should know that. Some of them make things up in their heads about family members that they've lost. And that can have massive implications on the future for the children. My children are grown up now, 21 and 20, and we don't really want to work. My son works because he wants his day money, he wants to go out and help him. He's 21, he's a young single man, he wants to go and play and see the world, and the only way he can do that is by working. He'd rather not, he'd rather stay at home with me, because then he knows he's on right, and he also knows that I'm on right. So, you know, it can have a massive effect also. Brothers and sisters. Work colleagues, it can massively affect work colleagues when they lose the work friends, especially if you see it, you know, that can have a detrimental effect on them. As I said, we launched in Manchester at the Hazards Conference. It was brilliant, and once again, thank you for all your support. We have lots of support from the Hazards magazine and the campaign. They've helped us with websites and stuff like that. So we have Hilda who facilitates for us. They've absolutely been wonderful. I don't know what any of us would have done without the campaign, the Hazards campaign, the magazine. They're absolutely second to none. And I personally wouldn't be here, I don't think, if I didn't have the Hazards campaign. I think I'd have been dead long ago. I think I'd have drank myself into an early grave, probably. That's how well I coped after I lost my husband. FACK, our aims, well, we want better health and safety, as you know, as we all do. We want people to be held accountable, like they should be, when things go wrong in the workplace. We've been lobbying for a long time also. I'm missing up with my pictures, I've got everything on back to front here. FACK also supports other families who've lost people in work-related incidents. This is Barbara and Barney Burke, who lost their son Stephen in a scaffolding incident in Manchester. He was a very promising young man. He was only 17 when he died. Then there's, you know, Mark Wright's family. We've been helping them, and we support them through court cases and the inquest and stuff. Judy Allen, I'm not going too much into Judy's case, that was at the inquest, that's still ongoing. And we still give support to Judith whenever possible. This is us supporting Monica, whose husband died when a crane collapsed in Liverpool. We helped her at the inquest and supported her as much as we could. Mark Wright's case went on for a particularly long time. There was a catalogue of failures and disgraces, to be honest. The company finally went to court almost 6 years after Mark died. They got fined £100,000 plus £10,000 cost. The company are now appealing this, which is absolutely terrible. The company can't pay £100,000, let's face it, they're only a company and they're very poor. So we'll be carrying on with that one, and we'll let you know what happens when that goes back to court. For the inquest. This is us winning the Ellen a couple of years ago for our trouble causing misdemeanours. That's what we love to do, you know, we love to cause trouble. We've also brought out the DVD, as you know, because a lot of you have bought it and you're actually using it for education, which is brilliant, because if we can stop anything happening to anybody else, then we've done something that we wanted to do. This year we've been to London a couple of times. This was back in February for the trade union steering group, lobbying the MPs about the health and safety cuts, the Large Review and the Lofted Review. This is during Miners Gala. My first one this year, it was only a small affair. We marched for about 3 hours and there was only 150,000 people there, so it was very small, you know, intimate affair. We got lots of information out at Durham, and hopefully they'll invite us back next year to march with the rest of the banners, which was brilliant. We got loads of feedback and loads of really good comments. Some of the children were pointing at the banner and saying, "Mummy, Daddy, that says fuck." lot of attention. Parents were having to tell the children, no, actually it's FACK. What does that mean? So we had to explain, which brought a lot of questions to us, which was brilliant. So we got loads of publicity out of that one, and hopefully people will come and use us and buy our DVD, which is, you know, really what we want, because more money we have, the more things we can do. Working Memorial Day went down fabulous this year. Most of us spoke up and down the country and attended events everywhere. Manchester, I believe, is quite a large one. There was also Preston, Charlie, London, Portsmouth, Penzance. We have a Cornish wing as well. So we're doing pretty well. This is the Hooting family. It's a family affair, Workers' Memorial Day, as it is for all of us. We all tend to come out in force, and the children will take time off and they'll come with us as well. So we all do our thing. This is Dyson Crew, a demo in Italy after 9 workers were killed in Turin. Most of you might know that the CEO got about 18 years? 13 years in prison for murder. Why can't we have that over here, I'd like to say. Can you imagine? I just can't imagine it, I'm sorry. I'd love to throw a few people in the clip, but hang on. FACK's going global. We have an Italian wing of FACK that's very, very busy, and she gets about just how Dorothy. She's been on demos in Turin. She's doing another couple when she goes home. We've also been in touch with our brothers and sisters who are in the same boat in America, also Australia, so hopefully in the future we can tie in with them. Hopefully, you know, we can do some good with them. Here's a good one. Grayland's refused to meet us 3 times. We keep writing, we keep asking him, but he's far too busy to meet with us families. Apparently the TUC is taking care of that because they represent the families. If anyone in the TUC knew that, can you let us know, please? Because we did not read that. So I love what the Hazards magazine did with the Screw You bit, because, you know, I'd like to do more than just say screw you. You know, I'd actually go to prison for damaging that man, but that's another story. We've met with Professor Lofsted. We also told, what's he called? Grayland, Mr. Person, that we were going to be in his office on that day, and we gave him ample opportunity and plenty of time, but he wasn't in the office. Professor Lofsted was quite positive when we met him, whether he was paying us lip service to try and get us out of the room, because when you get a group of us backers together, there's a whole lot of trouble going on, and we tend to get very, very angry very, very quickly. So whether he was being nice just to get us out of the room or not, I don't know, but I personally think it went quite well. This is us having a meeting with him and some of his counterparts. He was very interested in some of the things we had to say. He also come across as quite shocked when we was telling him, you know, some of the things that have happened in some of the cases, and we followed that up as well. This is Laurie Swift. She was on the back of an Hazards magazine a few months ago. Laurie was 8 months pregnant when her partner died. She'd only moved in with him about a month or 2 before, so she wasn't classed as a dependent. She can't get any money. She's basically destitute, skint, as well as having ill health, wondering why her partner went to work and didn't come home. Now she's got a baby without a father. That baby's going to have to grow up, and she's going to have to tell that child every year why dad's not here, so that's going to extend the pain and the suffering, especially for Laurie, excuse me, and her baby. So that's just to show you that we do bear the real burdens. Here's my second favourite poster and t-shirts. We support We Didn't Vote to Die at Work because that's what we did. We didn't vote to die at work, and we don't ask people to die at work, and this is why we really strongly support this campaign. Fabulous campaign. If you've not got a t-shirt, can you please buy one, because if you want to upset your boss, wear it to work. It just does wonders. It's absolutely brilliant. Also, if you've not bought our DVD, please, because we're really poor and we want the word to get out as well. We want you to use it as a tool. I know we've watched it hundreds of times. I can't stop crying when I watch this DVD, and I helped to edit it. And I know the stories, I've known them all the time. I've known them since I first met the family. But it is very strong and it is very powerful, and it does get the message across. So if you can use it, you know, buy it and use it, please, we want you to. I'd like to thank everyone for all the support and the continued support. It's been brilliant, and without people like you, I won't get up in the morning. It's only knowing that there's people like you out there fighting and doing things positive in your workplaces that gives me a glimmer of hope when I get up every day, so that's brilliant. I'd just like to thank everyone that's also given us donations and stuff, especially Early Mutual Solicitors, they've been brilliant. The Hazards campaign I'd like to thank as well for the continued support and the continued work that they do for us, and the Hazards magazine, they've all been brilliant, so thank you.
I think that's